Standing at 6 feet tall, San Diego sophomore guard Johnny Dee has always heard the doubters. Too small to play the wing in high school, too small to even play in college. But Dee never listened, and he's proving the skeptics wrong as he leads the Toreros in scoring. But Dee knows there's still plenty of work to be done.
I'm Johnny Dee, a sophomore guard from San Diego, California.
Johnny Dynamite, there he goes. Dee open for a three, that rim through and good.
Sports are a big thing in my family. My dad played for the Colts and Seahawks, college football at Tulsa. And then my grandpa ended up playing for the '68 Olympic team that won a gold medal.
For me to get the opportunity to play in Indianapolis for the Indianapolis Colts 20 years after my dad played in Indianapolis for the Indiana Pacers, exactly 20 years, was really a pretty cool thing for our family.
Title IX had happened, so they needed to add a girls' sport. And so I said, well, I'll do it, and asked a couple of my sorority sisters. And it was like half of our house actually did. I mean, there was probably 5 or 6 of us.
She was telling me that, she didn't plan on, running in college, but with Title IX and everything, they said they have to cut the football team unless they can get some cross-country runners. So she stepped right in because she loved the football team and ran in college, yeah. As a kid, it was weird. I always felt, okay, so my dad plays football, my grandpa played basketball, I have to play baseball. I felt like it was just the way the cycle had to be.
I never really sensed that it was pressure, but I did believe that he had a strong desire to want to succeed athletically. And I could relate to that because of my relationship with my father.
My family has never really pressured me to do anything, is what I is really thankful for. They let me kind of go the way I wanted to do, like what sports I wanted to play. My mom loves baseball. I think she loved that. When we went to the League World Series, that made her really happy, just seeing me play baseball.
It was a tremendous amount of fun for us as a family to be able to sit in the stands and watch that team do so well.
That was one of the big sports moments in my life. My first home run, actually, in that Little League run. We made it to Williamsport and got 3rd in the world, but it was a lot of fun.
It was such a blast. That's probably one of our fondest memories.
The whole atmosphere walking around and people knowing you play on a Little League team, it was a lot of fun. I don't see it as a hindrance, but, for people telling me, you're a little small to play the wing position in high school even, and then in college, I've definitely heard that from a lot of coaches. I love to move the point guard.
I guarantee we probably sent 60, 70 game films, transcripts, and coaches would call, and then it was like, really? The height is that big a deal?
I was always told, you have to have the point guard. Probably too small. It would be tough to guard those big 2 guards in college. But, I just kind of, kept working, and I believed in myself.
And now Dee with a breakaway, throwing up off the glass, score it, and a foul.
I think he really held it in pretty well. There was one day during the recruiting process when a lot of schools were calling and say they'd show up at practice or that they were going to bring him in for a visit, and they just didn't pan out. And I think that was a time when he was a little discouraged. And we just encouraged him to pray it through and to continue to believe in himself and to know that God had a plan for his life.
I always told him, they measured your height and they measured your weight, but no one ever measured your heart. He's got the biggest heart there is when it comes to working hard.
My one scholarship offer was to Portland State, and I took the visit, loved it there, loved the coaches, loved the players, but I didn't feel that that's where God wanted me to be. It was through a lot of prayer with my family. I understood that, this walk-on position that Coach Greer asked me, because they didn't have a scholarship available. They said I could work my way to get one, and I committed there.
We believed, Jackie and I, that even if we had to pay the first year, that was the place where he was supposed to be. And that's the place, more importantly, that he wanted to be. And so we committed as a family that let's go down this road and see where it'll lead us.
I absolutely love, having to be able to come see my family after the game. They're always supporting me, and it's just really, it's awesome. I got a sister. She's a senior in high school, and she's a baller. She's going to Irvine on a basketball scholarship, so I'm happy for her.
And a great day would be maybe catching an afternoon game at UCI and then having only an hour to drive down the freeway, Interstate 5, and catching the USD game at the Jenny Craig Pavilion. That'd be a perfect day.
I feel a real peace knowing that it's his faith. It's not because we've told him he needs to go to church or he's seen us do it. It's real for him. The test has been, Johnny going off to college, and will he continue to do that, now that he's been at college, and he has.
For both of our kids, Jackie and I are most proud and most delighted about the kind of people that they are. And I would tell you that it's their character in Christ that's making them who they are as a young man and as a young woman.
I'm so happy for him that God's given him the opportunity to get to realize his dream, because he really always has wanted to play basketball.
You know, it'd be a dream come true and a blessing if I was able to play basketball professionally somewhere. That's kind of where I'm striving for right now. And then, you know, we're just going to follow God wherever he leads me.
Here's a look at the WCC game of the week schedule today. It's Santa Clara visiting San Diego. That tips off at 1 p.m. Next week, it's San Francisco at Pepperdine at 2:30. Coach, the Dee family, I mean, tremendous athletes. The sister, by the way, just rising right there and going to drain. But Johnny Dee, you and I have watched San Diego play a couple times. We love this kid's game. I mean, he plays on both ends of the floor.
An undersized two-guard that is extremely hard to guard. You talk about a fierce competitor. He's that way defensively. He stays between his man and the basket. He has the ability to shoot it lights out. But what makes him so good, he understands angles. So I know he has a high basketball IQ, but he's got to be a really smart student athlete, because he, as well as any guard in the WCC, he understands angles. And when you watch him receive a screen, that's what gives him the edge coming off, because he needs very little air time to get that shot off. And it is a beautiful jump shot.
Johnny Dee, keep up the good work, young man. That's it for me and Coach. We'll get you back out to San Diego, Jenny Craig Pavilion. Enjoy the game.